The bottom line is keep a copy of your living will wherever you are, in your car, on your visor. Give it to your best friend, your worst friend, your neighbor, your dog, your cat. Somebody's got to have it, because otherwise you're going to go through what I went through. And that ain't good. Well, they were trained to it. That's their job. But you know, I've never been in that situation, and that was my mama. I had been there and left, and 30 minutes later she died, and the caretaker called me and she said, "I think your mama's dead." Well, she picked up the phone and called 911. And in retrospect, she probably shouldn't have done that, because that way we could have let my mother just go and be dead in peace. But at any rate, so I run over, we were next door, and she was dead. She was cold. She was motionless. It was obvious. And the EMS people were doing their job, but it was too much for me, watching your mama trying to be resuscitated, and just over and over and over. And I kept saying, "She's dead. Can't you see she's dead? Please stop, please stop." And then they wanted to know where the living will was. Well, this was 2:00 in the morning. You know, who knows where the living will is, unless somebody has told you keep it right next door to you. But we weren't expecting Mama to die that quickly. So anyway, to make a long story short, we couldn't find it. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning now, and they had held off as long as they could. But they called the EMS and ambulance actually to go to Marion Hospital from Gallivan's Ferry. So they loaded her up again. She'd been dead for like 3 hours, and took her by ambulance to the Marion Hospital. She had to be pronounced dead, but before they did that, they had to resuscitate her again. It was just too much to even swallow. So naturally, anybody in that position would just be devastated. And I couldn't talk about it for a long time, but finally I was able to write down the day Mama died, a story. And then that's when I gave it to Greg, and he took off with it. The living will, you have to have it. Where is it? I had no idea where it was. So I called my sister who wasn't there. Where is it? Where is it? It's at the office. The office locked in a vault. Who knew how to get into the vault? So we had to call the secretary who knew how to get into the vault. It was just a hassle. So we finally found it a couple hours later. But the bottom line is keep a copy of your living will wherever you are, in your car, on your visor. Give it to your best friend, your worst friend, your neighbor, your dog, your cat. Somebody's got to have it, because otherwise you're going to go through what I went through. And that ain't good. Well, I called Greg Duckworth, because he's a good friend of ours, and I knew he was in the political arena that could get this going. I was ready. I was fired up, too. And then he said, "Oh, Nikki Haley signed it." I said, "What? I wanted to be there." But I guess you don't know when something's going to be signed. Now they can get bracelets, and they can even turn it into a necklace, and there are several to choose from. You can be fashionable. We just got to get the word out there that it's there, and let everybody know that you too can avoid this trauma.